Your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. This is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a former panhandle man has been sentenced to prison for grooming a 15-year-old girl, which led to the child sending nude photos to the grown man. This month, 61-year-old Francis Doug Tyson of Gordon was sentenced to a total of 14 to 16 years in prison after pleading no contest to charges of possession of child sexual abuse material and child abuse. Court records say Tyson used to live across the street from the girl and her family and used that relationship to convince her to send him nude and topless photos. He was arrested in January while incarcerated at the Otoe County Jail. During this month's sentencing, Judge Travis O'Gorman also ordered that Tyson register as a sex offender. Sticking with the courts now, as a 61-year-old Morrill man has been sentenced to 10 to 15 years in prison following a major drug and firearm arrest earlier this year. Julian Royball was sentenced last week by District Judge Andrew Miller after he pled guilty to amended charges of possession of 28 to 139 grams of methamphetamine and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Royball was initially arrested following a January traffic stop for speeding on Highway 71 south of Gering. A Scottsbluff County deputy searched his vehicle with his permission and found nearly 2 pounds of suspected methamphetamine, 15.8 grams of suspected cocaine, and a loaded 9mm Hellcat handgun. Judge Miller also ordered that Royball forfeit the Acura he was driving and the nearly $2,000 that was seized. And sometimes the sheer audacity of the details in an arrest affidavit merit a story, and that's the case here, as a weekend nooner at a public park turns into a trio of charges for a 37-year-old Scottsbluff man. Officers were dispatched to a call midday Saturday at the 18th Street Plaza after a witness called in suspicious activity that was sexual in nature taking place with a child in plain view. Upon arrival, they found Marcus Lucius and a woman in a state of undress on a bench performing sexual acts. The officer had to shout at them to gain their attention, and then Lucius pulled up his unbuttoned pants. A $35,000 bond has been set for him as he faces charges of public indecency, negligent child abuse, and disturbing the peace. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Welcome back. Officials in Banner County suddenly have a lot of vacancies to fill with the pending resignation of Katie West, who has held the positions of County Clerk, Register of Deeds, Election Commissioner, and Clerk of the District Court. West was emotional reading her resignation letter during this week's board meeting, citing the political environment surrounding the position and lack of respect towards the office and herself personally as reasons for her last day being August 28th, even though she enjoyed the office and was proud of her accomplishments. After thanking West for her work, the board declared vacancies for the positions and said applications would be open until noon on August 28th, and they would conduct interviews and make appointments September 1st. Earlier in the meeting, commissioners named Taylor Martinez to be the interim county assessor after Casey Krakow submitted her resignation with August 21st as her last day. Well, the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services says a horse in the Panhandle has tested positive for West Nile virus. The virus is spread to horses through infected mosquitoes, but horses cannot transmit West Nile to other horses or people. About 35% of infected horses that become ill, can develop severe disease. Officials say horse owners should contact their veterinarian about vaccination, which is the best way to prevent infection. So far this year, 27 mosquito samples have tested positive for West Nile across the state, including 5 in the Panhandle. No human cases have yet been reported. Residents are urged to use mosquito repellent, wear long sleeves and pants, avoid dawn and dusk, and eliminate standing water until the first freeze. Today's closing numbers on KNEB.TV News brought to you by Chad Hobbs, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Scottsbluff.
Are those permanent lights?
Yeah, trim light. You can change them from your phone.
I gotta admit, they look really good.
You should probably run.
Oh, you gotta warn me before you... Oh, another one.
Now these people have style.
I'd kill for these lights.
Visit our website to see all our lighting solutions at trimlight.com.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, we did have a pretty warm day out there again. I think we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms here around the area this evening, maybe a bit more than what our forecast shows right now. Isolated anyway, 20 to 30% chance. Can't rule out a couple of severe storms this evening. Yesterday, we hit 94 degrees, not far off from a record, but not that much above average. Average is 88, a record high of 101, so not a ton of difference between those two. Still about a quarter inch above normal for moisture for the rain, or for the month rather, and about 3 inches below normal for the year. 80s in central and eastern Nebraska, even a 76 there around Broken Bow. A little cooler air. Warmer air to the west. That's what's creating that boundary. It's sparking a few showers and thunderstorms out there. You can see winds out of the east, southeast, pumping in enough moisture, some gustier winds around some of those storms. Here's the severe weather threat for tonight. Right now, it is primarily to the central and eastern portions of the Panhandle, although could bring that back into this area. We'll watch that area here early this evening. Now, tomorrow, that's going to push off to the south, only isolated activity into Sunday. And then as far as severe weather concerns, you can see those storms just off to the east of the Panhandle. That's where this model's trying to keep them. Overnight tonight into tomorrow, decent chance of seeing a couple of strong thunderstorms here in the southern Panhandle, a switch of where it's been. And then Sunday, isolated activity around late Sunday night into Monday, some heavier rain in central and eastern Nebraska. Tonight, there's that rain. Tomorrow, there's the rain. And then on Sunday, a little more rain. Again, if you get into some of those heavier showers and storms, an inch or two not out of the question, and other areas may not get anything. You know, thunderstorms don't treat us fairly, do they? And equally. 60s tonight for lows. Tomorrow's highs, 80s. We're going to back off a bit. That's what's going to help produce a few more storms, I think, tomorrow. Sunday will warm back up into the 90s, probably a downtick in some storms. And then I think next week we're going to see at least some chances of showers and storms all week. Temps warm back up into the 90s for next weekend. 80s, 90s, not bad out there. Kind of typical textbook August weather.
In a world where retirement meant slowing down, these residents had other plans. The competition has never been more fierce. Okay, maybe not fierce, but definitely fun. There's one community that refuses to slow down. The Residency, where the trophies are big and the personalities even bigger.
Kind of two different crops. The crop tour finds trouble. Plus, land values also show stark differences in what Nebraska is dealing with.
It's kind of a tale of two stories.
Time for top midday ag news. I'm Steve White. The Pro Farmer Crop Tour finds a Nebraska crop with a clear split. Corn showing stress, missing yield potential, while soybeans still have a chance to finish well.
But even in the irrigated fields, we were seeing a little bit of tip back, and I think the scouts felt like that was because of the heat stress, the high nighttime temperatures.
Chip Flory is leading the western leg. The bigger concern, though, is ear count.
We've got the lowest ear count on tour since 2013 in Nebraska.
The Nebraska corn number came in at 163.6 bushels per acre, 163.6, down nearly 9% from last year and below the 3-year average.
We had a lot of heat and a lot of drought, and the heat is the main factor what's causing tip back.
Veteran scout Tim Gregerson says Nebraska's corn is cleaner than a year ago, but heat, drought, and pockets of insect pressure have taken a toll. First-year scout Jesse Williams of Osceola saw the same pattern.
The corn looks like it's a little off. It looks like it goes back to planting on a lot of it, where there's a lot of skips in the field, and then we're seeing a little bit of pollination issues.
Soybeans in Nebraska are a bit steadier.
There should be some pretty good potential on soybeans.
So what the scouts are saying is corn may have lost some yield potential, but soybeans look pretty average and could improve if August weather cooperates. Nebraska farmland values are down slightly for a second straight year, but ag economists say the market is moving in two different directions. The 2026 Nebraska Farm Real Estate Market Survey puts the statewide all land average at $3,900 an acre, down 1% from a year ago. Keep in mind the state set new record highs in 2024. Husker economist Jim Jansen says lower crop prices, elevated inputs, and interest rates remain pressure points.
Across dryland, cropland, without and with irrigation potential, in addition to gravity, as well as center pivot irrigated cropland, we've seen a slight decline. Grazing land and hayland, we actually seen a slight increase across the state.
In contrast, stronger cattle prices are supporting higher values, while pasture and cow-calf pair rental rates increased about 4 to 5%. Anastasia Meyer.
Really, really, really great stuff, is holding its value. It's still selling at a really great price. The stuff that's a little bit more marginal, that's starting to fall faster. Pasture is a whole different story with the cattle prices right now.
You can find more details at cap.unl.edu. And while cattle producers see land values rise, people continue to eat beef, even as prices remain a challenge. Alex Makovic has more.
The latest data shows overall meat prices were up about 5.5%. Beef alone, over 9% higher. Steak and ground beef both hit that roughly 9% mark, while beef roasts were up more than 13%. Now, there are some breaks in the meat case. Chicken was down, pork nearly unchanged according to the latest data, and bacon is cheaper. Eggs, the major dropper, they were down over 26% from this time last year. Overall inflation did ease slightly in the month of July, but higher food and gasoline prices continue to put pressure on household budgets.
Thanks, Alex. And back to our top story. More on the Pro Farmer Crop Tour. You can find all the details at ruralradionetwork.com. That's a midday check of Ag News. I'm Steve White.
Winter is coming, but the interest isn't. For the first time ever, Renewal by Andersen is offering 0% for 48 months. That's 2030. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home, so don't wait for the snowflakes to fall. Get winter ready now with our energy-efficient Acclaim replacement windows and Ensemble entry doors. 0% for 4 years is a first-time offer you don't want to miss. Call today or visit rbawyoming.com to book your free estimate.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Your first home. It's more than walls and a roof. It's where life begins, where laughter fills the rooms and dreams start to take shape. At Platte Valley Bank, we're here to make the first step easier with free consultations and pre-qualification so you can move forward with confidence. From your first mortgage to your forever home, Platte Valley Bank is here for you every step of the way. You belong here.
And finally tonight, Mitchell Volleyball returns an experienced group for 2026 led by a group of upperclassmen who are committed to growing closer as a team on and off the court. KNB's Trayton Harmon caught up with the squad as they prepare for the fall season.
You know, our girls, they're a lot of energy right out the gate. They're loud, they're fun, and it's just really energetic in here.
So we both worked with Coach Briggs over the last couple of years, and she really pushed, culture and team chemistry and all that stuff. And so it's really just continuing off of what she started to build, and it really shows. Our seniors are great leaders. They're very passionate. They take these younger kids under their wings, so that's really exciting for this year.
They're very inclusive with that younger group too. Especially when you see them play, they're just all one level. They don't classify each other as freshmen or sophomores. They're just all one level. They want to finish top 3 in conferences, so.
Yeah, and goal for me anyway is just have them get better and better every time they're on the court, really expand their skill sets. As long as we're improving every time we're out there and pushing through each game, that's what we want to see.
So one of our big goals was just coming together as a team, growing as a team. As freshmen, we always, our upperclassmen always made us feel so included. We have such great relationships with our underclassmen. I feel like we're just a big family this year. It's really early on in the season, and I already see so much growth from when we started in the summer.
Building connections is a huge one, and we also are working on making a faster paced game, which is really big for us. They definitely aren't scared to step in. They're always in the drills ready to jump in. It really has been fun, especially with this group of girls. We all get along so well and we all mesh, and it's just great. We definitely want a place and all those things, but we just want everyone to have fun and look back at the season and just that they had a good time.
We planned on doing more team dinners, more things outside of practice, being better and bigger as a team. We're all really close, no matter how young you are, the freshmen and the seniors are all super close, and same with sophomores. Some of my biggest friendships in the team are sophomores, and that's pretty good. Our biggest goals are just placing and being together and all having fun no matter what.
Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. See you back here on Monday.